is a pure mixed martial artist, trains with Enzo Perez and Ryan Couture of Bellator and UFC fame.
Man, right there, you got a high-end person in your corner that's going to help build you up. A great team, a solid team, and he's Hispanic, so you know he's got the heart. Shout out to my Hispanic fams.
And shout out to Ryan Couture's beard and mustache right there, looking absolutely phenomenal. And you know what? We've seen Extreme Couture represented here in the Tough Enough Fighting Championships over the years many, many times. And one of the things that is always constant, no matter win, no matter lose, these guys from Extreme Couture put their entire hearts into these fights, and they've churned out champion after champion here in Tough Enough, and we've seen a ton of their fighters make it to the pros. It's because the hard work and dedication that we see from Extreme Couture on a regular basis, and we're looking at Ernesto Rodriguez looking to improve his record to 2-0.
And now making his way to the red corner, Kam Williamson.
Kam Williamson, 29 years old, also 170 pounds, fighting from Cincinnati, but fighting out of here in Las Vegas. He is a jiu-jitsu fighter. He has a current record of 1-1, training over there with John Wood at Syndicate, another Las Vegas staple that turns out lots of champions here in Tough Enough.
Yeah, if you look, man, again in his corner, he has high-end people. He has Sherrard right there, who's had a great striking skills, so it's a good Syndicate fighter out there, and he's on the way up. They've had a lot of UFC fighters that come in that gym, and they've trained, they've built these fighters from the ground. John Wood is a phenomenal coach.
One of the best.
This is a great matchup. Two of the top gyms in Las Vegas going at it right now.
And we see these guys go at it, and when you got Extreme Couture and Syndicate MMA stepping into the Tough Enough cage, you know fireworks are going to happen. Kam Williams has been training for 5 years. He is a man who looks to be in incredible shape, another very tall fighter at 6'1" here at welterweight.
That's insane.
It's just what we're seeing now. The dynamic has changed here in the world of mixed martial arts. The prototype is different, and there he is, Kam Williamson, as he steps into the Tough Enough cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout of the evening is scheduled for 3 two-minute rounds in the Tough Enough welterweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, holding an amateur record, 1 victory, 0 defeats. Fighting out of Extreme Couture, Las Vegas, Nevada, Ernesto Starboy Rodriguez. His opponent stands across the cage in the red corner, holding an amateur record, 1 victory, 1 defeat. Fighting out of Syndicate MMA, Las Vegas, Nevada, Kam Williamson. Your referee in charge of the action inside the cage is Mark Chappie Smith.
Mark Smith, a veteran official here in Nevada, one of the best. And we've got Ernesto Rodriguez in the blue gloves, and we've got Kam Williamson in the red and white gloves. 3 two-minute rounds. The cage doors are closed. Mark Smith getting ready to get this fight underway, and here we go with round number 1.
Oh. Right off the bat, we're going in for the wrestling Rodriguez is, but wow, what a great lift and taking it all the way to the corner so he can listen to his coaches and remove Williamson away from his.
Smart, that is a smart move, and even though you're going up against somebody from Extreme Couture, that wrestling's probably going to be top notch, and you know that shot's coming, and there's sometimes nothing you can do about it, as we see Ernesto Rodriguez stick to Kam Williamson like glue right now.
Kam Williamson doing what a beautiful throw right there. Beautiful throw and good position. But look at Kam Williamson. Every time he's getting taken down, he's right back up. So he is mentally prepared, and he's been prepared in his camp to fight this style of fight, and he is here. This is good.
Big knee there.
Good knee.
I mean, the strength that we're seeing from Rodriguez is very impressive. And we're only 1 minute into this first round.
It is great, and you can see that Williamson's trying to elevate that elbow to get out and to slide his body out. Look at good takedown again. Rodriguez is showing good style takedowns and trips.
Yeah, the lower body strength that we're seeing there from Rodriguez as he just drives Williamson into the mat is very impressive. He's in side control right now, got about 30 seconds to work. Curious if we're going to see him try to pass. Still, again, cannot throw those elbows, but you can halt the breathing, but Williamson gives up his back.
Williamson back up again, trying to throw a good little elbow.
Too tall for his own good right there.
Beautiful trip by Rodriguez. I mean, he has the answer to these takedowns, and he's going and chaining him up.
I mean, this is what we have seen from Extreme Couture in the past. You know, get in there, make this fight gritty, make it dirty. Don't give this guy an inch to breathe. You know, just lay on top of him, drop some bombs like we're seeing Rodriguez do right now. This is how you want to end a round. That is Ernesto Rodriguez, who being warned right there by Mark Smith. Also, Mark Smith telling him not to cover his mouth, to halt that breathing. Not going to take a point away just now, but is giving him that warning. That was a fun first round and a very strong showing there from Ernesto Rodriguez.
It was great. You know, if we look back at these replays, you got Rodriguez right here, locking the hands, lifting up, running across the cage to put him in the corner of his own gym to sit there and listen to his coaches on the way through. And he's doing a great job, but Williamson's doing good to pick up. Look at that throw.
That was wild.
That right there is what we call in the wrestling world flying miles right there. He just got a free flight. But, you know, Rodriguez has a lot of power. Look at those punches that he's landing. If I were in Williamson's corner, I would tell him when you see him rush to move out of the way like Bull in the Matador style.
And you got to remember, too, because this is amateur MMA, some of your tools as a taller fighter are taken away because you cannot knee to the head. Even as he's shooting down, you cannot do that in amateur MMA. So that is definitely a thing that is in Ernesto Rodriguez's favor. Round number 2, getting ready to start. The cage doors are closed. 3 more minutes on that clock.
Yeah, come out with a teep kick. Just keep. Oh, good head kick by Williamson. If he keeps throwing that, it's going to be scary for Rodriguez to try to get the takedown. Good overhand right into that double
He's
leg.
got him up again.
And he's running him over the corner. Oh, looked like he bashed his head on the ground right there.
Mutual assured destruction, man. That's what we're seeing right there from Rodriguez. He's back on top. He's in half. Just sticking to Williamson as like glue, man. He just doesn't want to give up an inch. This is just dirty. You want to make this unpleasant as possible. You know, but he's staying very active, and Williamson's opened up right now.
Yeah, but I like Williamson still fighting, still going to try to lift, but I like how Rodriguez is actually pinning that bottom arm. If you see, he's hooking that bottom arm and grabbing that wrist to have that wrist control, and it's tough for Williams to get up right there. He's trying everything he can, but he's just being controlled. Rodriguez is good.
The wrestling we're seeing from Rodriguez is top-notch.
It is. It's phenomenal. It's the Khabib style. It is what's working right now in mixed martial arts.
If you control where the fight takes place, you control that fight. I mean, and he's landed big shots here right now on Williamson as Williamson tries to stand up, but he's eating punches for each one of those steps that he takes up and ends right back up on his knees. More shots coming from Rodriguez. Mark Smith watching this very closely. Even though I think Williamson's still in this fight and he's very game, but Rodriguez is throwing a lot of strong shots, and we don't want to see any fighter take an undue amount of damage.
He's trying to go for the rear naked, doesn't get it. 10 seconds left, he's just going to throw punches. That's what I do. Doing good. Just add on some more points.
Another very exciting round there for Ernesto Rodriguez. Tough Enough is being brought to you tonight by William Hill. That was another very good round for Ernesto Rodriguez. Kam Williamson.
Oh, waving it off right there.
Must have a broken nose.
Yeah, broken nose.
Yeah, we saw a lot of blood coming out of there, and we hate to see fights end this way. Kam Williamson had a lot of fight in him and had, is definitely a very well-trained and very athletic individual. But, man, Ernesto Rodriguez put on a wrestling clinic tonight.
Yeah, I mean, being on top and throwing those ginormous bombs that he had, that was impressive right there, and, good call by Mark Smith by that.
Ernesto Rodriguez, he is a young fighter. He is only 22 years old, and he's got 2 wins under his belt against very good fighters. Again, Kam Williamson, when we see Extreme Couture take on Syndicate MMA, we know that it's going to be a wild fight, and that was a very fun fight to watch tonight. Somebody had to walk away, the victor, and Ernesto Rodriguez, very, very happy. The crowd loving it. Going to go to our ring announcer, Justin Bernard, here momentarily and get the official announcement as they make sure that everything with Kam Williams is okay. Let's get that official word from Justin Bernard. Or we can look at a replay. That's cool too. Let's watch that amazing throw again.
Yeah, I want to see this. This throw was amazing. How he grabbed and locked the body and stepped over. That right hand is probably what did it.
All right, let's get that official announcement from Justin Bernard right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, after round number 2, referee Mark Smith calls a stop to the fight for your winner by TKO, Ernesto Starboy Rodriguez.
Remember that name, Ernesto Rodriguez. He improves his record to 2-0. We will see him more in the future, I am sure. We'll be back with more action from the Orleans Casino and Hotel here at Tough Enough.